Since man's beginnings, nature has tolerated his presence, only reluctantly. Born to a hostile environment for eons of time, he has fought for survival against her, and she has gradually yielded to him. While inheriting the victory, modern man has also responded to the challenge, yielding to an inner call to return to nature and win for himself his own freedom. They call it skiing, and it has come to mean many things to many people.
Some seek the sensation of speed and thrill to the sound of edges cutting through the snow crust while the sharp, cold air whistles by. Others are drawn to the quiet, serene world of the deep powder, where all that can be heard is the silky whisper, skis floating in the snow. But regardless of why they come, skiers find each mountain to be endowed with a personality. Each mountain is unique unto itself. Each offers its own experience. And this is the Brian Head experience. The color country, it's been called. Millions of years ago, primeval rivers created the eroded splendor of Cedar Breaks, Bryce, and Zion's canyons. While paradoxically, only a few miles away, the fury of the Earth's molten core erupted, thrusting a gigantic plateau to an altitude of 11,300 feet. Resembling the prow of a ship, the rim of the plateau is the highest point in southern Utah and a landmark to all who see it. Its name, Brian Head. With its close proximity to the national parks in Utah, Brian Head has always been a major scenic attraction to summertime visitors. The rare scenic beauty combined with a typically abundant supply of Utah's greatest snow on earth today attracts skiers to Brian Head from nearby Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Phoenix, and Salt Lake City. Appreciating the uncluttered scenery, uncrowded slopes, and friendly atmosphere, these skiers come from all walks of life and arrive in a variety of ways. By commercial airlines, private plane, or any means available. From the sled and saucer hills to the large double chair lifts, the Brian Head experience provides for the enjoyment of the entire family. But skiing is what Brian Head stands for. Yesterday's wooden runners have been replaced by precisely engineered skis of metal and fiberglass. Release bindings, adjusted as carefully as a fine watch, provide an added measure of safety. The latest in these can be rented at Brian Head, bringing the best in skiing equipment within the reach of all. To nearly everyone, skiing also means meeting new faces. And the double chairlift must certainly have been invented with that purpose in mind. For perfect strangers at the lower terminal are well on the way to becoming close friends by the end of the ride. The old schoolhouse bell has found a home on the ski slopes where, twice each day, Schoolmaster Georg Hartlmaier and his staff of instructors summon beginners or experts of all ages to the ski school. Using the latest in teaching techniques, the Brian Head Ski School enjoys the distinction of being completely certified by the Professional Ski Instructors Association. That first step on skis is the hardest and one of the most important. But children learn fast, especially when school is as much fun as this one. Their confidence builds rapidly, and they will soon graduate from snowplow to parallel Christie. And always, they are anxious to join their older brothers and sisters on the big hill. Midday brings a slackening of the pace, a chance to rest, get acquainted, renew last summer's suntan, or have a bite to eat. Ski touring has become a popular part of the Brian Head experience for those seeking the unusual. While the hardiest of this breed will take off cross-country to visit nearby Cedar Breaks National Monument, others can enjoy the pleasure of choosing their own path through the quaking aspens over untracked snow on a quiet and leisurely run down the back of the mountain. Racing was born out of man's need to compete against nature, other men, or against time. Proper training for this demanding sport begins early. The style and example are set by a seasoned veteran under whose watchful eye the young racer develops. He will practice until his motion through the gates becomes second nature to him, and his technique is as a mirror image of his instructor. Whether he will go on to seek the honors of the racing world is not of prime importance. What matters is that he is elected to compete. His confidence and spirit are shored up by the thrill of the race, and he becomes a stronger man. His name is George, and his entire life is skiing. Off the slopes, he can be found at home, where he operates the ski shop with his wife, Stephanie. As the resident professional, George is able to render assistance to skiers in the selection of new skis and equipment, or to offer timely advice on technique. But George is happiest on the mountain. The Brian Head experience takes on new dimensions as the resort expands. As new trails and lifts are opened up, each must be tried and tested for potential danger and graded for difficulty. The very best and most demanding challenges the mountain has to offer must be sought out. Against these, the skier will try himself, and in so doing, will probe and measure the depths of his own skill. In the grading of trails, it is likely this one will be rated tricky. Summer madness comes to Brian Head with the last big fling of the skiing year, the Snow Carnival. Color is the word for carnival time, and after the parade, the slopes blossom out in a kaleidoscope of colorful costumes that spell fun, no matter what your point of view or where you sit. costume set the mood for the day's festivities, and soon Professor Jim Beam of the Jim Beam School of Skiing arrives to direct the activities and to give us all the benefit of his many years of experience, inviting everyone to join in the fun. But now it's time for the races, so up we go. As the racers gather round in rapt attention, the good professor gives last-minute instructions for following the course's treacherous route. And now, he's off. Seeking to imitate the birds, man reaches for the sky to find that what goes up usually comes down. Closing the day's activities, the traditional beer bust provides a pleasant transition from the day's frantic pace to the nighttime's restfulness. Now, with children tired and the sun setting, the pace slackens. A more casual atmosphere descends upon the mountain. The quietness of falling darkness, broken only by the wind playing gently in the tops of the trees, and the sound of skis on the snow, is the special reward of those who join the torchlight slalom. Then to the gathering in the lodges for food, drink, singing, or just reliving the day's activities in romantic retrospect. Drawn to the well springs of his beginnings, man comes to the mountain himself again. Having done so, he returns, restored in spirit. And each new day brings other men to pick up the challenge from where it lay the day before, and to hurl it anew. And nature,
oblivious to their ways, accepts.